Jake just sent me a text asking if I was home. And I sent one saying yes, so he must have heard me trying to get in. Hey, Jake. How you doing?
Get to work?
Yeah. I walked for about an hour, hour and a half, and then a black woman and a black man stopped and asked me if I wanted a ride. And so they took me to work. I got there and clocked in at 12:45. So I made it. I worked till 7:15. Took the bus from LSUS to Centenary Boulevard.
Why are they asking?
Because I unlocked this one, but it wouldn't open because of the chain.
That's something my clothes.
Yeah.
And my shoes.
Well, I thought if I left the key for you, then you could get in the drain to after you came back. But I guess he didn't come back. So it was a pretty tough night, wasn't it? Well, I gotta pee. I see the dogs pooped on the floor, but it's just one pile. Guess I better clean up the dog shit. So it's warm. It's gonna be. Well, it's a little chilly, but it'll warm up.
It's cool rain now.
Yeah, it drizzled a little bit, and the skies are dark in some places. Let me get you a new truck. Get you a new roll, because I'm going to use this to clean.
I don't need to.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go to sleep till 12:30.
Really? I should have texted you to tell you that I was okay.
Oh, God.
What?
I just saw all got by. The Citra.
You sure it was wrong?
Yeah, pretty much. It was a Citra. All right. I was planning on running back to the highway.
Yeah, okay.
Been in Mobile Center a half hour. I
Oh.
should get there by now.
Okay.
So you find out anything else on flight?
Well, bus driver told me the passes are $40 a month. They were 20, but that
Gee fucking Christ.
was 15 years ago too.
How much does this cost?
$1.25 one way. If you're going to transfer, it's $1.50.
That's a pretty good price. How much for a day pass?
I think that's $3.
That's pretty cheap.
And they have bicycle racks on every bus.
Oh, yeah. Find out anything about the night bus?
No, I've got to find out about that.
I tried taking the chair sitting there, I tried putting it up against the door, but it didn't work out. So I put it back. I just sat there right in the middle waiting for like half an hour.
Yeah, really? That was a pretty tough night, wasn't it? Well, if I hadn't called him, he wouldn't have left. And, you know, it wasn't until I called him that he was willing to leave and let you stay. Before that on, he said, first he said he wasn't going anywhere. Then he said he would drive me and you to Circle K.
Where the hell is that?
And that's Pat. Yeah, that's Pat's car. Gee, I wonder if she can turn her music up a little louder. XXZ117.
So too soon.
It's the first time I've ever seen her drive up with music booming. I wonder if she's driving. Nope, that's Ronnie. He's unlocking his shed downstairs next door. On the ground floor, which is right below his apartment. He just walked out of it again. Now he's going to his car. Yoo-hoo, you about out of them, aren't you?
I got one left after this one. Now, Ron said that the eviction was in process. That, he can't do that.
Yeah, that's what the cops told him. He said, well, that's a civil matter, you know. She told me the same thing.
So it said, 2 squad cars, a supervisor, and a tactical.
Mm-hmm. And I'm rolling special forces.
Oh.
So, he also has post-traumatic stress disorder from Vietnam. So if he gets confused or something due to flashbacks, he could start wielding a machine gun and probably would do very well with it. Or might use his sniper skills and do very well with them. sure they'd have been able to handle him. He's 67. But I'm sure he still got some moves in him. That's Ronnie next door in his yard over there. Whatever he's doing. None of this is your fault, too. But if I hadn't called them last night, they were just not, you know.
What if they had like 3 other police officers sitting in that SUV?
I was wondering the same thing in case he decided to get cute with him. But he's been to prison, so he knows the drill. He knows what they can do.
He fucked up.
Yeah, I think he did. The police officer, she said, yeah, he's suspicious, but he hasn't done anything wrong. And as the supervisor said, he's a pedophile, man. You know, like, what did you expect? So, I think their opinion is just, I walked into it and got duped because I'm stupid. And he's a pedophile, you know. So, but, you know, the way they look at it, I mean, what he did was, you know, suspicious because either he was trying to make me not go to work or make me leave you at home alone. You know, either one of those motives is not a good one. So one of them makes it look like, you know, he's trying to make me stay here and not work. And the other one makes it look like he's trying to get me to leave you here so he could rape you. I think he was just playing games like he does. You know. And I think he was surprised. But he did, you know, when I called him, he came downstairs and he said he was going to leave, but he was waiting until the cops came. Now, I think the only reason he did that was so he wouldn't look guilty. But they do have to file an eviction in a courtroom. They can't just put our stuff on the street and kick us out. Paul would have to file the eviction.
And they can't file the eviction if we pay off our bill.
Right.
And also, when Joseph Roland didn't pay his part of the bill, they could have been him.
Yeah, and Paul refused to take my rent money.
Yeah, we can use that too.
Well, it sounds like Ronnie decided to have a hoedown this morning with his car.
Well, Saturday's Ron's day, Sunday's Pat's day.
He's got a cable running from his car to Pat's car over there next door with the music playing.
Jump start it?
I don't know what he's doing.
It's from the engine?
Yeah. It's from the engine. Add to that our arrangement was already made, and, you know, he had already agreed and knew. He was fully informed and knew what my schedule was and knew. You know, that he had, I mean, I think he could be charged for it, for attempting to stay in the presence of an unsupervised juvenile, or attempting to stay in the presence of a juvenile without supervision. Yeah, he could have been charged for that because I didn't know they were here. And he has to be supervised whenever he's around any children under the age of 18. And I just happened to step out in the hallway from your room and see the two kids in the living room. As soon as I did that, I came in here and told him to leave. And he started screaming at me. And then that's when Eva started sending her, well, she sent her text messages threatening to kill me and all this stuff. So, you know, telling me I was crazy. And I don't know if they could charge him for that because I was actually here. But if he snuck them in without me knowing that they were here, or let them in but didn't tell me, then, you know, I think he might get in trouble for that. They might just tell him, you know what, you need to make sure she knows if you bring any kids in the house. I would think that their parents would also need to know, because he's a convicted sex offender. I don't know if their parents knew or not, but I can't take responsibility for other children in his presence, you know, because I don't want to be responsible for their safety. Maybe they're not my kids, and I don't know if they'll do what I tell them to or not, you know, and if something happens and they accuse him of doing something, you know, then, you know, or he does something to them and I'm here, then I could be charged with it too, as an accessory. So, you know, I told him all that, and he knew it. And, you know, there wasn't any reason for a pedophile to use things like puppies to lure children. So he may have been sincere and truthful about that because we did have the puppies, but a judge wouldn't care. But, you know, that's something pedophiles do all the time. I watched a training video to teach children self-defense against pedophiles attempting to lure them away, and that was one of the scenarios where this pedophile had a dog in a park, and he was kind of wandering around just off in the distance away, and he got a little boy to come over to the dog. And the kid didn't know the guy was a pedophile. And so the judge wouldn't buy it. And that's the last thing a pedophile would do. You know, if you're thinking about trying to keep yourself from going to jail, you know, the last thing you would ever do as a pedophile would be to invite a child.
No, they're getting this wrong. You're walking up our driveway.
Who?
Someone's walking up our driveway.
Oh, that's Fred.
Oh, Fred.
Looks like Fred from the ground floor apartment next door, or unless he was downstairs. I don't know that he walked up our driveway instead of cutting across the yard.
Cool. Hey,
What?
go ahead. There's two types of criminals. The smart ones that try and make sure they don't.
It's not?
No. Wait. Oh my God. What is that? What's that?
The dog trying to get in?
Yes. Kids are done that. The car wasn't there. And so someone else was with her knock.
Well, maybe it is red. Let me go see.
I think it is. Red's done that. Yeah, it's not a car around there.
Red. Yeah, it's red.
Yeah.
Come on, Red.
Red. See, Red was trying to push your other from the outside. He never tried to push her outside.
It's running over there, so I don't get the food. So most people would say, yeah, he was probably attempting to lure those children. He's been to prison for 15 years. last thing he'd ever do would be to invite children into his apartment, you know. And then on top of that, he yelled at me about it. Both the kids started mouthing off to me, and then Roland started yelling at me.
Okay, there were two types of kids. One is, they're smart, they plan things, they take years to plan it.
Right.
And then there's the other type. They don't give a shit if they go to prison. They go on impulse. They just, when they go out shooting someone, they do shoot them. They don't give a shit about going to prison. They shoot them and they run.
Yeah, that's true.
So Rome will be the one that shoots and then runs. He doesn't give a shit if he's going to prison. He's not planning on trying to stop him going to prison. He's just with those two hands. He gives a shit if he goes back to prison.
Yeah.
By the way, last night, no one shaking.
Really?
Yeah.
She was scared, huh?
Yeah.
I saw you pick her up in your arms. I'm sure you made her feel much better.
No, not really.
About 5 to 9.
Well, I just think I'll go while you're in bed.
Okay.
Tie my fucking hair, it's all better. Cold up your jacket. But it's, you know, it starts raining.
Yeah, you should comb your hair and brush your teeth and wash your face.
After this shit, I own this shit.
It won't take you but a minute, Dave. You should do that every day.
That really brush your teeth takes 2 minutes, so that's an inbound thing.
Tell Marine Health Leaders no. Brush your teeth, wash your face,
Inbound.
comb your hair.
So there's a bus that goes from here down there,
Yeah.
right here,
Hmm?
right to, Southern stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Right across the street from Circle K, there's a bus stop.
Oh, yeah, from, that way. And it drops off, like, where's it drop off?
Right at the end of Boulevard, it's at 9.
Huh.
Broadmoor 9.
So we can take the bus there.
Yeah.
So it's 9 o'clock, I'm going to journey for a while now. Then down there from last night, I forgot to take my medicine yesterday morning as well.
Did you take it this morning?
No.
You need to take it.
Okay, I'll take it.
You gotta eat some Pop-Tarts or something.
Exactly.
Those Pop-Tarts I bought yesterday.
There's still all the shit still in the backpack. I feel like I keep that shit in the backpack until you get that shit in. Good one, huh?
Kamikaze. You want my Pop-Tart, don't you, Red? I can see it in your eyes.
I mean, what is? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Come on. Can I get you one of these things over here? You should know all they are about the guest passes. Why don't you plan this thing?
Here's a good one.
Oh. That hopefully will work. I might be able to get a guest pass from children.
Give me a pen. Oh, there's a pen right there.
She says from 9 to 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. If I use my full time, that would be, I run out of time at 3 o'clock. That'll be 3 more hours, and I'll be out of uses.
I'm gonna get some sleep.
You did? I'll be late for you. The new one. Did you memorize the new?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's the guest pass in the front and none in the back.
Alright. I'll do other stuff and ask the GNC.
Do I need the key?
Yeah.
I got my key. I don't think Rowan can afford to live here around there. Unless he's got arrangements with somebody else and just wants to leave. And he can't get the electricity turned back on or anything, so
Yeah.
I don't think he really can afford it. Alright.
I'll close at 6. Text me otherwise.
Okay. If you don't see me, then just come back home.
What?
If you don't see me up there, do you want me to text you and tell you I'm not coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Text me somebody not coming or text me if you're there or something.
Okay.
Just let me know if I should come home or not. I have everything. I'll charge my phone. My phone's 2 bars charged. So.
You need a cord?
Yeah, sure.
I got one here.
So is the bus full ghetto?
No.
You weren't the only one?
There were some people that were ghetto, you know,
Were you a white person?
but, no.
Oh, shocking. Okay.
Why did I think I lost my phone card in my bra? Nope, it's not there either. And you got double D's and, you know. Oh, here it is. It's in my pocket. And you got one? Okay.
This little work? fine?
As far as I know, it doesn't.
Okay.
It didn't work on one computer I used it on. Maybe you should take this one just in case.
Alright. This is always right.
Yeah, that one is, fine.
Me? I have to take a shit and I'm debating whether I should save it for a library or take a shit here. That's not how I should feel.
I think Ronnie probably could be charged refusing to leave when he knew that I had to go to work and had nothing and had prearranged to leave. I think they could charge him with attempted kidnapping even if they wanted to. But that policewoman told me he didn't do anything wrong, that it was suspicious that he did that, but he lives here and he has his right, as much right to stay here as we do, except that he's a convicted sex offender and Jacob lives here and he knows that. So I think that changes the game up a little bit, because it appears to be extremely manipulative, that, you know, he agreed before I applied for that job that third shift would be fine. And he gave me no notice whatsoever until I was about to leave for work that he was not going to leave last night, you know, which is basically an ambush. And I think he was just playing games. He's never made a move towards Jacob, but, I mean, why would he say that? Because he knew I couldn't take Jake to work with me. Jacob's a minor. He can't be up all night. And that's what his first solution was. That first thing he told me was he wasn't gone. And then he said he would drop me and Jake to Circle K. Why is he going to do that to a 13-year-old boy? He's not giving up his bed. Well, fine, you know, but he should have given me notice because he agreed to it and knew it in advance. And as you can see, Jake and I have had no contact with anyone on East Boulevard Street today. Nobody was outside anywhere when I got home, or next door outside anywhere, so. Whatever the game is, nobody's told me what it is, and nobody's invited me to participate in any type of investigation or proceeding. It's like, that's all I can say. I don't have telepathy. So, good to see everybody else knows what's going on.
I really like that.
Very well. I hope your step is lighter now.
Hopefully, I took my medicine.
Good. I'm glad you took your
It's
medicine.
not big for yourself, fine. He's just lying down and baby's walking around. Oh, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Oh, sick.
Will you call the doctor?
What? Shut up.
If they don't come, don't worry about it.
Baby's coming.
Okay.
Baby, he's up, come on.
All right.
Okay, bye. Both sick.
Okay. it's like, oh, my lips me. The lady on the bus had to lower the step for me to get off the bus. I remember when I was younger, I didn't have any problem getting off of that step off of the bus in my 20s. Now it looks like a damn canyon. Jake went right down the stairs to his bicycle. There's the black woman walking up the next door neighbor's driveway with Fred and Shantae's downstairs apartment. She's got on jeans and a green shirt. And keys and a lanyard in her right hand. I saw her walking on the sidewalk. Before she turned into their driveway while I was looking out the window just now. And there's Jake. Looks like that woman went straight over to Fred and Shantae's ground floor apartment next door that I just described. Jake is like, I'm getting the fuck out of this shithole. Whatever, you know. He's a good-looking young man, and he's going to do well in life. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and makes good grades. He works for his grades. He doesn't do anything bad, drugs, alcohol, sex, anything like that. There he goes. Yep, he's pedaling almost to Cornwell now. Yep, he's reaching the corner of Cornwell and East Boulevard now. Yep, and there he goes around the corner. He's out of sight now. And he's safe. Yeah, that woman went to the ground floor apartment next door where Fred and Shantae live. I have no idea who she is. I've never seen her before. I think what happened is Roland just thought he was going to be cute. He comes back spitting nails whenever he goes to hang out with Eva. And, hates me like I'm the devil. And, you know, becomes spiteful and for no reason. And I think that's what he did yesterday. He was just looking for, you know, some way to do something to screw things up for me. Which seems to be what he likes. When he comes back from Eva's. I've never stepped foot in Fred and Shantae's apartment on the ground floor next door. I've never stepped foot in the second floor apartment next door where Pat and Ronnie live. I've never stepped foot in the apartment down below us, which is Unit 132. I have never had a single conversation with the woman who lives in 132, or Fred, or Pat, or Ronnie. And the last time I spoke to Shantae was in January 2014 when I told her to stay away from me and my son and never to come over to this apartment again. No other way to say that. There is no reason to inform my neighbors who have no contact with me and my son of any issue or legal proceeding or investigation or opportunity to testify about me and my son, given the fact that none of them have any contact with me and my son. And it's unfathomable to me to even begin to try to understand how anybody could say that that even begins to make sense to do that, but not to have direct contact with me. And there's no good motive in doing that. Unless you're just trying to falsify evidence in a case. I've never done drugs a day in my life. Jake's never done drugs a day in his life. I've had 3 alcoholic beverages in the last 12 months. None of them consumed on East Boulevard Street. I don't drink, and very rarely do I ever drink. I mean, 3 times in 12 months, give me a break. So it's such a circus to me, and I can't understand it. I wouldn't have known that Fred was walking up our driveway, except that Jake happened to look out the window and saw Pat and Ronnie, Ronnie scooting up in his car that way and taking off. And now this woman going next door to the ground floor apartment next door where Jake and I never stepped foot. That red truck. I've seen that red truck on these types of occasions. And there was the flyover by the kamikaze right after all that happened. So whatever, call me crazy if you want, but I'm not going to go begging dope heads and drunks, prostitutes, and people that have absolutely no contact with me and my son, that have done nothing but harass me and my son, to tell me vital information about me and my son, because none of them should have anything to say at all, except that I'm sorry, I can't help you, officer. I don't know this woman. I've never spoken to her and don't talk to her ever. And therefore, there's not anything that I could possibly have to say. Nobody was outside when I got home on this property or next door. So, it's just unbelievable to me. And Roland said to me last night, he said the people on this street wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire. Since I never talked to any of them and never had any contact with them, how does Roland know that? It's an admission of defamation. He wouldn't know that unless they told him that, and they shouldn't have anything to say about me because they've never had any contact with me. So that shows the prejudice that we're dealing with here, and it's really bizarre to me. More than words can say. Time now, 9:25 a.m., Saturday, November 29th, 2014. I am alone in this apartment, address 130.5 East Boulevard Street, Shreveport, Louisiana. I've got to sleep now because I've been up all night and I'm tired.